Hello, dear students. Welcome back to a new channel. Students, today we have two very exciting topics. First is how our diet and food habits might be connected to our dreams and nightmares. And then we will discuss the mind-blowing discovery of a 201 million year old fossil found in India. Okay. Now let's start with something we all have experienced. Have you ever woken up from a bizarre dream and you thought, wait, was it because I ate too much pizza last night? Students, turns out that this isn't just your imagination. Researchers have been asking this question for centuries. So, back in 20th century, what happened? Um, there was a famous comic strip. Okay, it was called Dream of the Rare Bit Faint. The characters in this comic blamed their weird dreams on eating a cheese dish called Welsh Rarebit. Okay, they blamed it that because of this dish they ate before sleeping, so it is causing their weird dreams. So this tells us that even 100 years ago, people suspected that food affects dreams. But was it just a silly idea, or is there some truth behind it? So let's just find out. Now, scientists have started to explore how whatever we are eating and at what time it can affect our dream quality. Okay, so in 2007, one study showed that people who ate more what is organic food? Organic food like fresh fruits, veggies, they had more vivid dreams. On the other hand, those people who ate more fast food, they had duller dreams. Okay, another survey in 2022 found that eating fruits was linked to better dream recall. Okay, eating consumption, like here it is written, linked fruit consumption to a more frequent dream call, meaning that you tend to remember dreams more often. And eating fish and fruit made dreams more lucid. Lucid means that where you are aware that you are dreaming. है ना, कभी कभी ऐसा लगता है ना कि हमें पता है कि everything seems like we are in a dream. And on the other hand, sugary foods, it led to more nightmares. All right. So, in 2015, researchers also found that about 18% of people believed that what they ate before sleeping, it affected their dreams. And with dairy being the most common suspect. अब यहाँ पे एक कैनेडियन स्टडी भी हुई है. Yes, Canadian study. So, over 1,000 psychology students were surveyed, and what they found that 40% said that food affected their sleep, either making it better or worse. Right? And biggest culprits were desserts, sweets, dairy. अब उसके साथ में जिन लोगों को फूड एलर्जीज हैं, जैसे लैक्टोज इंटॉलरेंस है, they often had more nightmares and poor sleep. Okay, and symptoms like bloating or stomach pain were also linked to bad dreams. Now, why does this happen? Right? See, this is where science actually gets fascinating. Now, there is something called students, there is something called gut brain axis. Gut brain axis, meaning there's a connection between our stomach and our brain. So when our stomach is upset, it may be due to allergies, lactose intolerance, or even overeating. It can actually affect our brain. And this even show up in our dreams as nightmares. So our gut is not just about digestion, students. It's like a second brain influencing mood and even dreams. And scientists who are studying PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, they found that people with PTSD have frequent nightmares. And some of these nightmares can get worse when they eat trigger foods like dairy or sweets. So, this means understanding our diet can help manage mental health as well. Now, you might be wondering, how can we use this knowledge? Well, there are certain steps are mentioned. Okay, here, yes. See, first is avoid eating late at night, especially heavy, sugary, or spicy food, right? तो देर रात में ऐसे heavy, sugary या spicy foods खाना avoid करना चाहिए. And if someone is lactose intolerant, avoiding dairy or switching to lactose free options might be good. And hard cheeses usually have less lactose than soft cheeses. And if someone is having allergies, avoid triggering foods before bed. Okay. And always, we also need to keep track of the foods which affect our sleep. Maybe you can keep a small journal for a week and you can see patterns. Because students, remember, a balanced diet with fruits, veggies, and lean proteins, it can help both our body as well as our dream. Right? So isn't it amazing how the food on our plate can actually sneak into our dreams and it can affect what kind of dreams we were going to have. So next time you have a weird dream, you'll have a scientific mystery to solve. What did I eat before going to sleep? Right? Now, students, let's shift from dreams to dinosaurs. Yes. So, what is this news article? Well, archaeologists recently discovered a 201 million year old fossil in Megha village in Jaisalmer. Where is Jaisalmer? Jaisalmer is in Rajasthan. Okay. And it belonged to Phytosaur. Phytosaur is basically a crocodile-like reptile that lived alongside dinosaurs. So what are some of the cool facts? See, phytosaurs, they had long jaws and were semi-aquatic. Semi-aquatic matlab that they lived both in water as well as on land. And they thrived from, yes, they thrived from late Jurassic to late Triassic to early Jurassic. अब ये क्या पीरियड इसको थोड़ा समझते हैं. See students, according to experts, this is one of the most significant fossil discoveries in India's history. Why? इससे पहले क्या था, सिर्फ इंडिया और इंग्लैंड में ही ऐसे सच जुरासिक एरा डिस्कवरीज मिली थी. एंड द फॉसिल इंक्लूड्स स्पाइनल बोन्स, wing bones, footprints, which is basically a treasure. It's basically a treasure for scientists who are studying about dinosaur. And this help us understand how life evolved. Life कैसे evolve हुई थी? How these animals lived, and even how modern crocodiles are related to them. Right? So this discovery is not just about science. It also helps the local community. कैसे? अब देखो, जैसलमेर क्या हो सकता है? जैसलमेर का एरिया जहां पे ये फॉसिल मिला है, इट कुड बिकम अ जियो टूरिज्म हब, राइट? इट कैन अट्रैक्ट साइंटिस्ट, स्टूडेंट्स, टूरिस्ट जिनको फॉसिल्स के बारे में पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है. तो ट्रेडिशनली जब आप जैसलमेर के बारे में सुनते हो ना स्टूडेंट्स, जैसलमेर इज क्वाइट फेमस फॉर इट्स forts and deserts, but Jaisalmer could soon also be famous for its prehistoric fossils. Right? Now some of you might ask, ma'am, why should I care about a 201 million year old fossil? है ना, हमें क्या उससे लेना देना है? Well students, fossils they tell us about evolution and earth history. ओके, अर्थ की हिस्ट्री के बारे में बताते हैं. दे इंस्पायर करियर्स इन पेलियोंटोलॉजी, जियोलॉजी And they make us curious about how species survived, how species adapted or went extinct, which is quite important even today for climate change studies. Right? So, students, that's all for today. You can just go through the details of this fossil in this news article, right? So I hope you enjoyed exploring these two fascinating topics with me. And if you like this, please share whatever you have learned with your friends, family, and most importantly, students, stay curious, because our world it's full of amazing things waiting to be discovered, right? Thank you for listening. Bye bye.